Hello, Ken Routh again, here for my weekly report that I wanted to give y'all. As promised before, I have pictures and addresses of Robert and Deborah Bolin, Bollin, of Toledo Door and Window. They live at 4842 Old Meadow Lane, Sylvania, Ohio, 43560. Let's see, their house is valued at $217,300. Here's a picture of their home. Then we have Mark Clare and Lisa Clare that lives at 8940 Linden Lake Road. And let's see, their house is valued at $289,500. Now, mind you, this is the attorney that expected me to live with rats. And if you notice their house, just how lovely it is and how big it is, and I'm sure that he don't have to live with rats. And I'm sure if he did, he'd take care of them right away for himself. He also is in charge of what's left is three homes. And this would be the estate of Seville Kantz, the people I tried to sue, along with Mr. Clare, for having to live with rats and stuff. The house that I was living in, they sold for $39,000, and that's less than even half of what that house was valued at. They only have 3 properties left, so he's been a pretty busy boy selling all these homes that they had. One house is at 6035 322nd Street, Toledo, Ohio, 43611. There's a picture of that house. Then you have 2903 111th Street. That's valued at $71,000, but I'm sure they'll sell it for even less than half of that, trying to get rid of these properties. And then you have the house that Mr. Mark Kantz is living in, and that's 2837 North 109th Street, and that's valued at $108,500. And there's that house. I also wanted to let you know that I have contacted presidential candidate Senator Obama and Vice President candidate Joe Biden. I did this 3 weeks ago, and as of to date, nothing has happened. I also wrote to Michelle Obama, and still nothing. It's apparent by the lack of anyone calling me or writing to me that the Department of Justice, FBI, U.S. Marshals Service, the Congresswoman Capter, Governor Strickland, even the Ohio Attorney General. I emailed them with the website and did not hear anything back. I did, though, hear from the Attorney General just yesterday. And this was after I wrote to them stating that that Bob Woodward, the same person that exposed President Nixon for Watergate, I've been in contact with him, and I notified the Ohio Attorney General, and then all of a sudden I get a phone call from them. They say they don't have jurisdiction over judges and all this kind of stuff. But yet, the Ohio Attorney General is an officer of the court, and she is supposed to report any crimes to the appropriate people. Now, all these judges and prosecutors and attorney and business owner and just a regular old Joe Schmo civilian, Mr. Kantz, All these people committed crimes, but yet she doesn't have any jurisdiction. Well, as an acting officer of the court, she's obligated under the law that she is supposed to report all this to the appropriate personnel. And she's refusing to do this. Governor Strickland is an attorney. Congresswoman Capter is an attorney. They're all obligated under the law to report these crimes. And yet nothing is being done. Now, I'm getting to really understand how people end up having to take the law into their own hands due to the fact that these politicians, these fucking lawyers, don't get off their ass and do their jobs. They're wasting our taxpayers' money. That's right. They're using our money for their paychecks, and yet they're not doing their damn jobs. This is freaking ridiculous. Well, all of you, the Department of Justice, the FBI, U.S. Marshal Service, Congresswoman Capter, Governor Strickland, the Ohio Attorney General. You know what? All of you can go and kiss my ass, because you know what? I have been contacted by a national reporter that isn't afraid of exposing people, and I'm telling you what, part of the team that will be working with, expose Nixon. So if they can expose President Nixon, they sure as hell can expose you little peons. These judges that's here in Toledo, and these prosecutors that are in Toledo and Sylvania, and Capter and Strickland. If they're not afraid to expose President Nixon or President Bush like he's just done recently, he's not going to have any problem exposing the corruption that's going on in this town. Y'all are peons compared to President Nixon and President Bush. So your careers, I don't give a shit. You don't deserve to have your jobs. And a personal message to Governor Strickland and Marcy Capter. You didn't get off your asses to do your job. Well, if by chance you are able to run at the next election, I'm going to make damn sure that your opponents has this video, and I will do anything and everything possible to keep you from being reelected. You don't deserve to carry the license that you say to uphold the law. And I'm going to make a video explaining to the public how I lost custody to of my child. Once you hear the story about this, I think you will be appalled, and how this judge, you're going to be appalled at the story. You're going to be appalled at how this judge is still an active judge after what you hear. Coming soon. Very, very soon. Thank you for your time. And like I said, I don't care about any of your careers, because you don't deserve to have a career. You deserve to have everything taken away from you, because you couldn't get off your butts and earn your wages and to do what's right.